Hello, welcome back to another episode of I, Captain of My Ship. Today I'd like to talk about what can you do as a parent when your child comes home and is feeling sad and starts to cry. When you ask, how was it at school? First, before I will tell you what you can do, I first like to remind you of the introduction workshop that will start about how you can give space for emotions and limits to behavior with children. More information about this information workshop below at the description. Okay, for now, I like to go on with my story. What can you do? Your child comes home and you're there waiting with your cup of tea, and he or she enters the room and you ask and you already see that your child looks different today and maybe a bit sad. So you ask, what's going on? How do you feel? How was it at school? Or whatever sentence you use when your child comes home from school. And your child starts to cry. Then you think, it must have been awful at school. And normally you would go to school, to the teacher, and tell the teacher that this is not the way for your child to come home, and that he or she should really improve the behavior of other children, or whatever things you say to the teacher. Blame the teacher, blame the children, make sure that this will never ever happen again, or you try to distract your child and try to say, oh, come on, oh, just let's get an ice cream. So your child does not talk about the feelings and emotions, and you start to do something different. So it will not think about what happened at school. But now I will tell you something different about what happens at school and what it does to your child. Because, well, here's what we've talked about before. The circumstances at school does not make your child feel sad. Circumstances do trigger a thought, and that is where you can help your child to change. You can, because it's never what happens at school or what someone said at school. It's to your child. It's about the thought that your child has about what has been done to him or her, what happened at school, or what someone said to your child. It's the thought that produces a feeling, and that feeling that generates an action, and this action causes a result. So now that you know that the solution, or how you can help your child, is looking at the thoughts. Because there, if you can help your child to have different thoughts, I do not say that circumstances are always nice and they are always good and that they're always needs to be allowed. I do not say those things, because some are really bad and not good. I don't say anything about that. I do say that if your child learns, it's a thing that you can learn to have different thoughts, then then a different thought will produce a different feeling, and that generates a different action. For example, I will try to make it more clear for you. Two adults living in the same house, in different bedrooms, but same temperature, looking at the same view, they open the window, they open the curtain this morning. They open the curtain, and the first person looks outside, opens the curtain, and sees the sun. The sun is shining bright, and the sun is shining bright. That's all. It's a circumstance. That's it. And the first person thinks, wow, the sun is shining, great. It's giving me energy, and my colleagues at work will be more happy, or I have a day off. Let's call a friend and do something nice. Let's have fun. That's the feeling. That's the thought. Yay, the sun is shining. That makes me happy. That's the thought. And that produces a feeling in this person. And that generates action. Let's do something fun. Same house, same temperature, same view. Someone else opens the curtains and looks at the same sun, who is shining bright, just like the other person saw. Exactly the same. And this person has the thought, oh yes, it was summertime and the sun was shining bright when I buried my mom. When we had a funeral, the sun was shining like that. Yes, I remember. The thought goes back to an event that was a sad event, and that produces a different feeling. This feeling is like feeling sad, and that generates an action. I'll just stay inside, and I'll take some time for myself and rest a little bit. So that causes a result of withdrawing from other people. Same sun, same circumstances, all the same. Two different people having different thoughts, and then go through this model again. You see that and they all have a different result. One person will have a fabulous day, and the other person will have a more sad day. Is there a person who is doing it right, or a person who is doing it wrong? There is no right, there is no wrong. I've only tried to prove you it's the thought that makes you, that produces a feeling. So it's never the circumstances that, but they do trigger a thought. But if you want to choose, if you want to have a different result, it's here where it starts, the thought. It's the circumstances you cannot change. You cannot change the sun. When the sun is shining, the sun is shining. It's just a fact. It triggers, and that goes very quick. A thought. So if you want to change the result, you can look at the thought. So I hope to have proven you that it's never the circumstances, it's the thought that you have about a certain situation, about the thing that someone said. What thought did you get when someone said a certain thing to you? So yes, so I hope to have proven you that it's important to look at the thought of your child, and that's where you can help your child. So in the next episode, I will help you ask your child 4 questions that you can ask to help your child to look at the thoughts that he or she has in a situation like this. So if you liked this video, please thumbs up and like it, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye.